Hey everyone, Tony D with some breaking news, and little Joan here. Some really bad news coming out of. I just got a text from CB, who is on top of this. Diamond, according to Bleeding Cool, won't be able to pay comics publishers this week. I'm calling it. The comic book industry, as you know it, is over. This is a sign that things are really bad. When Diamond can't pay the publishers, even if it's for just a tight period of time, it's done. It is done. The Diamond model has to go. Um, you know the here. Let's read a little bit of the article over the weekend. Bleeding Cool. This is reported by Rich Johnstone. Reported that Marvel Comics had agreed to extend its terms to uh, comic distributors. This meant that Marvel didn't demand payment from Diamond as usual, as Diamond closed its doors to new products because of the you know what. Diamond allowed comic book stores to put their accounts with Diamond on hold, and we also mentioned that Diamond has made redundancies at the company as well. I don't know what that means. President Stan Heedman, president of Diamond Owners Jeppy Family Enterprises, has now issued the following message to comic book publishers. God, I can't. Why does this website keep moving? Who distribute through Diamond, and it's not good news. Heidman writes that Diamond comic distributors will not be able to pay comics publishers and other suppliers this week as planned. Oh, here's the letter. Dear Diamond vendor, as the world responds to the outbreak, our focus on protecting employees, blah, 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 blah. While we're working to understand the current industry landscape, the unfortunate truth is we are no longer receiving consistent payments from our customers. This requires at this time we hold payments to vendors previously scheduled to release this week. That is bad. That is just horrific. And I can only imagine what's happening in other businesses as well. But in the comic book business, since things tend to hang by a thread anyway, this could spell disaster for debt-laden publishers who they're just literally living month to month if they're lucky. Diamond, unfortunately, they really should have had some capital. I think. If this is true, I mean, Rich Johnstone, this kind of stuff, Bleeding Cool usually gets right. Um, they really should have had some capital on hand in case something like this happened. Um, because you should be able to pay your vendors, and if you can't, man, oh, you're talking lawsuits. You're talking people going out of business and then suing you for you causing that going out of. I mean, the legalities of this is going to hit people for years to come. And this spells doom. I mean, if Diamond goes under, where are people going to get their comics? See, this is the reason why it was such a bad decision to have only one distributor of comics, essentially. Diamond is a functional monopoly. It's not a true monopoly. There are some other minor distributors and yada, yada, yada. But it's not like it was years ago with Cap City. Cap City was just like Diamond. They distributed things. See, all these exclusive deals, it hurt the industry because now Diamond is out of money apparently. And since they're going out of business, you're going with them too. So it's hard for me to feel sorry for the publishers who made that decision back in the day. And it's really a shame because I still contend that Image Comics made the wrong decision in signing an exclusive deal. What they should have done is led the industry and been the only comic book company to stick with Cap City, even if Cap City had gone under eventually, and they probably would have. But Cap City would have bent over backwards to promote Image Comics because they would have been their biggest comic book publisher. And right now, if Cap City had survived because of Image, if some of the other distributors had survived because of Image, the industry would be stronger as a result. Competition is good. Diamond killed that competition with the help of the publishers or vice versa. I mean, you could argue it either way. Um, and now you're seeing the results. Now you are seeing the results. By the way, quick update. DC Comics pulled back on their going total digital. So they are not, at least till the end of April. That was another bit of news in the world of comics. But it's all crumbling. It's all crumbling. We here at the Webcomic Factory, we don't make much money, but we're not crumbling. We can still put out comic strips and still entertain you. I don't take any pleasure in this, but I told these guys. I told them all. I was in meetings with some of these publishers, and I told them the future. And, for years, they were fine, I guess. I told them back in the 2000s, look, this is not going to end well. You need to be, changing the format, changing the pricing, changing distributors, getting into digital, getting into web comics. They didn't want to listen to me. And now look where it's led them. Sadly, it's led them to this. And this means the end of comics as we know it. May not be the end of comic book conventions. And in fact, comic book conventions may be the only way you can get comics in the future. That may be, for the next couple of years as the industry tries to struggle through this. Even if the big two collapse and close shop, getting comics, the only way you'll be able to get comics is to go to a comic book convention. But that could be a boom for the comic book convention. So where you see crisis, there is opportunity. Do not despair, my fanboys. Webcomics got your back as always.